Johnny Depp never expected fame to come with such a heavy price. With stardom came the paparazzi, the pressure, and the scrutiny of every move. Yet, it was within these moments of personal challenge that Johnny's true nature revealed itself. While the tabloids filled pages with stories of his relationships and legal battles, few ever reported on the quiet acts of kindness that revealed the real man behind the screen. On a rainy Tuesday in 2015, he walked through the hospital doors of the Children's Hospital Los Angeles, not as the famous actor Johnny Depp, but as Captain Jack Sparrow, a character who had won the hearts of millions. The patients, all young children fighting serious illnesses, could not believe their eyes when they saw the eccentric pirate walk in, complete with his signature dreadlocks and wild costume. But it wasn't the costume that made the children smile. It was the man inside it. Johnny Depp wasn't just playing a part. He was giving these kids something priceless: his time. One particular girl, Emily, a 9-year-old battling leukemia, had been struggling for weeks. Her condition had worsened, and the smile that usually brightened her room had dimmed. Her parents had tried everything to keep her spirits up, but it seemed like nothing could ease the fears she had about her future. When Johnny Depp, dressed as Captain Jack, stepped into her room, her eyes widened. The magic was real. She wasn't just meeting a movie star. She was meeting the hero she had seen on screen, now standing before her. "Ah, lass, I've heard you be in need of a pirate," Johnny said in his signature slurred pirate voice, bowing dramatically. Emily laughed, her pain momentarily forgotten as she was swept into the adventure of Jack Sparrow. Johnny spent hours with her, telling stories, sharing jokes, and pretending to sail the seas of imagination right there in her hospital room. It was a moment of pure magic. And it didn't end there. Weeks later, Emily's family was shocked when they received a phone call from a hospital administrator. Johnny Depp had quietly arranged for a full treatment plan for Emily's continued care, ensuring that no medical bills would come between her and the life-saving treatments she needed. The family was stunned when they were told that Depp had covered the entirety of her medical expenses, something the family could never have afforded on their own. The generous actor had stepped in, but there was no public announcement. No cameras, no fanfare. Just Johnny, doing what he felt was right. It was a kind of generosity that went unnoticed by the world, yet meant the world to Emily and her family. Despite being a high-profile Hollywood actor, Johnny Depp often preferred to stay out of the spotlight when it came to his charitable acts. While other celebrities might post pictures of their charitable deeds or announce their donations, Johnny was different. His kindness was rooted in a genuine desire to help, not in the pursuit of recognition. He did not want praise or applause for his actions. He preferred to stay behind the scenes, quietly helping people without any fanfare. One of his most private acts of generosity took place after a devastating natural disaster in Haiti. The country had been struck by a massive earthquake in 2010, and the world watched in horror as the damage unfolded. Johnny, however, didn't just sit back and watch. He took action. Along with a group of trusted friends, he went to Haiti, not with a camera crew, but with a humanitarian mission. He provided financial support for rebuilding efforts and worked closely with local organizations to provide relief. To this day, the details of his involvement in those efforts remain largely unknown, as he asked for no recognition. In addition to his donations, Depp often visited schools, quietly stepping into classrooms to inspire children and encourage them to follow their dreams. His visits were never publicized, and most students and teachers were left in awe of his humility. He didn't make grand speeches or try to impress the students with tales of his fame. Instead, he spent time listening to them, offering words of encouragement, and showing them that kindness and passion could carry them further than they might ever imagine. But perhaps one of the most telling stories about Johnny Depp's generosity came from a small act that touched the life of a complete stranger. A fan of Depp's, a woman named Sarah, had fallen on hard times. Her husband had passed away unexpectedly, and she was left to raise her 2 children on her own. Struggling financially and emotionally, she never expected her life to intersect with Johnny Depp's in any meaningful way. But one day, she received a handwritten letter in the mail. It was from Johnny. The letter was simple but powerful. In it, Depp expressed his condolences for her loss and included a check covering her mortgage for 6 months. He told her that she didn't need to worry about her home and that he hoped she would find strength in the days to come. The letter was signed simply, "With care, Johnny Depp." Sarah never reached out to him or tried to make contact. The gesture was enough. It was another silent act of kindness, one that didn't need to be shared with the world to have a lasting impact. As the years went on, Johnny Depp's acts of generosity continued to spread, quietly, silently, without ever seeking recognition. He had seen the world through the lens of his characters, but it was his real-life actions that showed the depth of his character. While the world focused on his roles in films, Johnny Depp remained focused on something much greater, making a difference in the lives of those who needed it most. In the end, it was his silent generosity that became his most enduring legacy. Not the fame or the fortune, but the countless lives he had touched, the quiet moments of kindness that changed everything. And it was in these moments, far away from the public eye, that Johnny Depp truly became the hero we all needed. Not just as Captain Jack Sparrow, but as a man who gave without expecting anything in return.